All right, superstars. So this is literally your final lesson on manifestation. I hope you've been locking in and you've really been executing on all that I have basically been teaching in all the previous lessons. I hope you've been completing your worksheets. I hope you've been going through your guided manifestation. And I hope you've been putting everything into practice because knowledge means nothing without application. So, this is a wrap up where we're really going to be dealing with our manifestation blueprint, right? And there are some exercises for you to complete at the end of this lesson. You'll see them right under the lesson here in school, and you'll be able to go ahead and go through them. So these are our objectives. We're really going to be looking at identifying patterns, blocks, tendencies, strengths, clarifying our core purpose and our values. We're really going to be looking at long-term manifestation strategies and, constructing our master blueprint for future growth, as well as mapping timelines and energetic pathways to building a personalized manifestation roadmap, right? So we're going to be starting off with this bit, which is the core blueprint components, right? And you have to understand that there are 9 core blueprint components that you have to tap into. Component number one is identity. Who are you becoming? All right. Remember, the being is very important. That's the first step. Number two, what values matter to you most in becoming this individual? Number three, purpose. What guides you on this journey? There has to be a why that gets you moving the needle as much as you can. Number four, your emotional set point. What is your habitual frequency, right? When it comes on to your emotions, are you keeping them at a high frequency of gratitude, optimism, or are you having them on the mid or low points? Now, belief system is number five. What is your internal programming? What do you believe about you? Right? You have to have beliefs that align with the identity. That's how they're going to be aligned, right? They have to be synchronizing. Number six, habits and behavior. Your actions must align with the identity of the desired person you want to become, right? Energy hygiene. This is where you have to clean your field. You have to be detoxing the negative energy and making sure that you're getting clear room for positive energy to take place within, right? Number eight, inspired action. This is how you respond to your intuition because intuition is fundamental on this journey. You have to tap into your inner being and listen within that quiet time, that meditation. You have to listen. And of course, you have to begin to receive. So you have to have a receptive pattern. How open are you to receiving? All right. Now, sometimes you've got people who are offering money, and some people will say, no, thank you. You've got to be open to receiving, know how to receive. A lot of times we know how to give, but we don't know how to receive. We always say no. So learn how to be receptive. Now, I want you to do a little writing for me in terms of these 9 components. Which one do you feel the strongest in right now? Make a note of it. And then the second bit is find out which component needs your attention, right? What component do you really need to be working on? So you need to know the strongest one as well as the one that you need to work on, right? Now, with that said, this is where we get to our roadmap. This is your roadmap that you have to follow. Know it, study it, do it, right? Number one, this is on your path towards greatness. Yeah. You have to have at least 3 desires, right, that you want to manifest within the next 30 to 90 days. Yeah. 30 to 90 days. Have a timeline for when and why. All right. So know the 3 things, 3 desires that you want to manifest in the next 90 days. When and why. must be eminent. Number 3, why the desire is soul aligned is the desire, basically, you have to understand why the desire is soul aligned, right? Is it ego-based or purpose-based? What is the desire really, right? When it comes on to the desire, is it in a place where there is identity alignment or not, right? No. When we tap into identity alignment, this is the version of you that naturally holds this, fortitude, this willpower, right? You've got to align with that person. The desires have to be mirrored with your alignment with that person, right? Number 5, the beliefs that you must shift. What internal stories do you need to let go of? Do you need to release? And what do you have to now align with? Number 6, your new aligned actions, your behaviors must match your new identity. This is simple, to the point, simple. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Work on your top 3 desires. Get yourself into the mood of a timeline and why. Is it soul aligned? Is it ego-based? Because sometimes we're ego-based. Or is it purpose-driven? Right? Those desires, what are they? Because we fall under one of these categories. Soul, meaning that your heart is pulling you towards it. Purpose, meaning that you know this is what you need to do. And ego is really just your impulse, kind of, wanting this thing. Right? No. Right? So this is your simple roadmap that you're going to be following on this journey to manifestation. Know it, study, lock it, do it. Right? Now, your timeline mapping is very simple, very, very simple. Now, when it comes on to parallel outcomes, they exist, right? They are very much real because many versions of your future exist simultaneously at this moment, right? But it's up to you to manifest the one that has the strongest desire within that you can move the needle towards as much as you can so that you can get it into full functioning, fully existing, right? Then the next one is the most coherent timeline wins. So because there are many versions of your future existing right now simultaneously, this now goes to the one that's really dominant. Which one is locked into your frequency and your identity consistency? That's the one that will be accelerated, right? Because there are many different versions of you, many me, right? But which one is fully aligned with your frequency and your identity consistently? That's the one that will be coming into fruition. Now, you do have to choose through emotion. Your emotional set point determines which timeline you lock into, right? So there's probably the investor you, the trader you, there's so many different yous, but which one you lock into first in terms of consistency and all of that, that's the one that's going to come into reality the fastest, right? So you have to have that level of emotional set point towards that desire so that it will be in alignment with your identity. Now, identity and timeline, basically, you have to align, and then the timeline will kind of help everything to bring it together. When you become dictates with future becomes available. You have to become, right? Become the individual. So if it is that you're looking at, as I said, example, teacher, investor, trader, right? Which one of you is currently aligned to the identity? That's the one that's going to be manifested the quickest, right? So there are multiple versions of you, but the one that you really are tied into, that's the one that you're going to be moving the needle in the favor for. So in your books, I want you to write which timeline are you actually choosing? What desire are you actually choosing for you right now? What's the one that you want to lock in on 120%? Even though a million of you exist, which one do you really want to be pushing through for the next 30 to to 90 days, right? Which emotions and actions do you need to match this timeline? Begin to make a note of them, right? And then own in on this. Walk with it if you must. Look at it every 2 to 3 minutes and remind yourself of the vision. Stay locked into the vision because that will help you to move, right? If you want, you can also put your why on that sheet of paper. So the timeline that you're choosing and why, right? And of course, the emotions that will be necessary to manifest this timeline. Now, we need to develop some long-term growth practices because long-term success is going to come only through consistent recalibration, which means that we have to be on repeat. We have to be putting the reps in. No reps, no results. No reps, no results. But many reps equal great results, right? Now, here's a recommended system that you can literally implement to enhance your process and your journey towards manifesting the desired version of you. First one has got to be weekly reflection. At the end of the week, make it a priority to reflect. Reflect on your alignment with the desired version of you. Reflect on your emotional self. Do an emotional audit. Were you at the right level of emotion that you should be to move the needle in your favor for this desire, right? And of course, do a identity script or some affirmations to get your belief system locked in to the vision quarterly, right? This is your expansion ritual where you know, after a certain period of time, right? I think this is positioned incorrectly. My apologies. So it should be monthly first, monthly recalibration, right? This is where you assess your progress, right? You assess your progress and you do updates, right? You do updates in terms of your desires, right? If you have evolved, now is the time to begin to make notes of how you have evolved, right? So we'll swap it around. Right, at the end of the month, you want to begin to tap into those. Okay, so fundamentally speaking, you want to be in a place where you fully understand that you have to refine the strategy. Look at what's working and look at what's not. Look at what needs to be changed and look at what needs to be strengthened, right? Document the journey, right? And then quarterly, right, you will have the ability to look at expansions in terms of releasing your cycle, rewriting the vision, making it plain, and doing your energetic reset with your somatic release, your grounding, your cord cutting, all these different techniques that you can implement with your guided meditation. Do your rituals. And of course, at the end of the year, you have the ability to make an intentional leap into a new identity. You want to stay locked into the vision, and this is a simple system where you can do check-in with yourself on a weekly basis, then monthly, then quarterly, then yearly. Right? So, a little writing task again. Which cycle will you commit to most strongly? Right? Which one of these cycles are you going to be looking at? The weekly for now, monthly, quarterly, or are you going to be looking at yearly reintervention? Yeah. What will my monthly ritual include? And now you begin to write what it is. So you're going to break it down in terms of what it is. If you're going to do monthly, weekly, right? What is it that you're going to be writing in there? Definitely do a SWOT analysis, and SWOT means that you're evaluating your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities that lies for growth, as well as the opportunities that you can really deal with for timeline purposes for your timeline mapping, right? So this is your master blueprint. You want to begin to complete the following. This is who I am now. Write who you are. What are your current identity, your beliefs, your habits, your energy? Make a note of them. This is who I am becoming, right? Who are you becoming? The future self you are stepping into, make a note of that. This is the life that I am creating. What is the life that you're actually creating? What are your goals, your values, your emotional vision, your core desires? List them. Be specific, right? Make your goals smart, specific, measurable, attainable, right? Realistic, and time bound. This is my energetic vow. What is your energetic vow? Have you got a written energy declaration, right? Such as whatever it is. Have you got a future letter based on what we've done when we were doing identity scripting? Have you got a gratitude journal? What is it that you've got that you want to make a ritual, that you want to make an energy declaration towards, right? What is it that you're going to be committing to, right? On the timeline, basically aligning with the highest version of you, right? Now, you need to honor your desires, right? Based on your soul's guidance. Allow your soul to guide you and commit to the desires that you have set for yourself, and hold your frequency at the highest level as a conscious creator, knowing that you got this. No doubts, only beliefs in the success that you've got. And do your reflection. Reflection is very necessary on this journey. You have to reflect every week, every month, however you choose, find a way to reflect. This is how you begin to see the patterns so that you can fix those that need fixing and strengthen those that need strengthening. Now, this is all about manifesting. So let's manifest an amazing you together. I want you to stay locked into the vision. I want you to understand who you are. I want you to know that you are great. You are already the version of you that you have in your mind. Just stay locked into the vision. Do the work. Do the self-work that's necessary. Keep pushing towards the desires of your heart, and understand that you are destined for greatness. You are a superstar. You are a shining star, and that's why you're here. Go shine and go dominate, because you are great. I do hope you got a lot locked in from this manifestation course. Go over it if you desire. There's nothing wrong with that. And then make sure you complete the exercises down below. I'll see you. Bye. Go manifest.